Hey guys, it's Zahirah from RuPaul's Drag Race UK Season 6. Today I am showing you how to create this look. I mean, she's kind of gorge. Honestly, just keep watching, keep subscribing, keep commenting because I read all of the comments and I love, getting to interact with you guys on this sort of level and talk makeup because my first love really is art and makeup, so the fact that I get to do this in front of you guys is amazing, and I love doing it. I'm doing this Bratzy Dolly anime blue yellow cut crease moment with glitter, different eye shape, bleached brows, very different to the one that I did before. So I want to create different sorts of looks for you guys. So suggestions for makeups, if you want a spooky ookie dookie, if you want brights, if you want me to look dolly, if you want me to look crozzy, then comment down below and I want to hear your suggestions, to be honest. This hair as well, before we get started, I just want to give a little shout out to my Canada's Drag Race sister Paula, who gifted me this wig which she wore on the runway last season. She handed this to me at DragCon and I was like, you absolute superstar, what a sweetheart. Honestly, I wish she was in the UK more because I love that girl so much and she's so lovely. I love her. I love her. I love her. I was rooting for her during her season and I was heartbroken when she was eliminated and she told me at DragCon that she was gonna get eliminated the next day and I was like, huh? Huh? So anyway, with all of that said, I hope that you enjoy the rest of the video. Mwah. First things first is I'm going to put my contacts in. These are from, I believe, Pinky Paradise again. I will be sure to link these contacts down below because a lot of y'all want to know where I get my contacts from, but they're from Pinky Paradise. These are super anime-y, like very, like almost uncanny valley, if I'm going to be real. Look at all these holes in this wig cap. Oh well. Guys, shall I open my cameo again for Christmas? Comment below and I'll be sure to open it for a short stint for the Christmas season. Right, what we're going to do is we're going to use some alcohol. I'm using some Iso Clean brush cleaner. It's literally just IPA on it anyway. And I'm going to use a Pritt stick. This is the Alma's glue stick. I got this from the show, that's why all the labels are taken out. And for my primer, I'm going to be using my One Size Secure the Blur Makeup Magnet Primer. So, essentially, I can't go and do another YouTube video or more YouTube videos without using different products, because then, what would be the point? You know what I mean? So, let's try out different products and see what is going on. Explore my makeup cabinet with me because sometimes I neglect it because I'll be all around the towns and everything and I just sometimes don't use or try new makeup. Let's try and get as much makeup on as quickly as possible because these eyes are freaking me out. I'm using the Essence Correct and Conceal Under Eye Brightening Concealer in Light. This is a little more on the peachy side rather than on the orangey side, which I used on the previous video. Let's see how good that is at covering up my man situation. I mean, I know it's peach, but maybe it's a little bit too pale. For my mouth area, I'm going to be using my MAC Full Coverage Foundation palette. And let's use the shade in NC35, which is this shade. I brought this on the set of Drag Race for Season 6 as well. So that's what I bought it for. I was like, listen, I want to treat myself and get myself a MAC foundation palette, and these are all the MAC Full Coverage foundations, which is so fab. For foundation, I'm going to be using my MAC Studio Fix Fluid Foundation in NC35, the same as the MAC Full Coverage. This is a brand new bottle. I haven't had this foundation in years. Wow. I used to have it when it didn't even have a pump. So now it's got a pump, you guys. Ah, that smell is so nostalgic. It smells of paint. And I love the smell. I do remember is that it's super, super matte. It's a very matte foundation. To bronze and contour, I'm going to be using my Patrick Tar. This is the She's Sculpted Cream Contour and Powder Bronzer Duo. I'm going to use that as a bronzer for the cream. It's very cool toned. So all of the usual places, so just on above the jawline a little bit to shorten it. On the top of the cheekbones, right here on the forehead, nose, under the lip. This is a little bit more cool tone than what I would usually do. Again, as I am doing every step, I'm literally just going to cover the eyebrows with more layers until like I'm happy with them. For concealer, I like this concealer a lot. I've never tried it in drag though. This is the Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer in L5. This is such a beautiful concealer. I'm drawing a line on the side of the nose next to the nose contour. Just to kind of like snatch that in. You see that? I'm gonna draw right here on the wing, on the outer corner, and a little bit under where we've cream contoured. Just sort of cut it a little bit. And to brighten, I'm going to be using my Sephora, what it is, High Coverage Concealer Natural Finish in Alabaster. This is the white concealer from Sephora. And I'm just applying that as my highlight. I feel like this base so far, compared to like, let's say the last video, is definitely a little bit more like cutesy coverage, like not crazy super full coverage. I'd say like this is more of a like a plastic base, but hey, I'm gonna put on so much product on top that, and also the kind of eye makeup that I'm gonna do is very, very anime drag that it don't even matter. I'm gonna be using my One Size Ultimate Setting Powder in, I believe this is translucent, and use my Trigwell Powder Puff to just set the eyebrows. Set the glue down. Okay, so going back to the Full Coverage Foundation palette, I'm going to take that with a 242 brush from MAC and stamp that on to where you've covered the glue. So you want to just press the Full Coverage Foundation into the brows, going into every crevice. You don't want to go like this. You don't want to go circular motions. What will that do? That is going to disrupt all of the glue work from underneath. And tap that in with your spongy woo. For liquid blush, I'm going to be using my Be Perfect liquid blush in Bubblegum. Ooh, that's a lot. It's dripping. Okay. Chin, nose. Because we're sickening. I love blush. And I don't know if anyone's ever going to be able to change that. Back in the day, I didn't used to apply blush like this. Like, I think I only used like bronzer, to be honest, and like a light beigey peach. I don't care about blush blindness. I will literally put on all of the blush. I will put on the whole pan. Now we're just going to use my Ultimate Setting Powder from One Size to just go in and beat the mug. You want to beat this mug, you want to beat this face. You want to just apply on a lot. Like, don't be scared. If you put on less than what you need, then everything's gonna move, you know? Don't be scared. I'm literally like going crazy. I look smooth, babes. Do you know what I mean? To get the brows, I'm actually going to be using the white concealer that we used before. And I'm just going to draw out the basic shape of the brow. And it's literally like a mess. But everything is a little bit of a mess with me until the very end. Yes. What's going on? I don't know what's going on, you guys. You're going to blend in the inner corner. And you're going to fade that in. Sort of draw the shape. A basic shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to clean it up and actually outline it and whatever. I'm going to be using NW45 from the MAC Full Coverage palette. I'm going to use a flat brush to clean that up. So this shade is going to vary depending on your skin tone. So when you do like essentially like a white brow or a blonde brow, is you want to contrast it with a darker concealer rather than your regular lighter concealer to carve out the eyebrows. You need to offset the white so that you can actually see that it's like a lighter brow, because if you use a lighter concealer, then it's just going to blend in and you won't see that sort of defined white shape. Blend that down as if this was your brow bone. It really doesn't make sense until you get to this point. Do you see how like that looks like a white blonde-ish eyebrow, like a bleached brow? This doesn't look like that yet, but it will once we've got everything on. And then you want to do the top. You see it's kind of starting to shape up a little bit. I'm just going to be setting that with my setting powder. This is the Ultimate Look Finishing Powder in 10. This is from 17 Cosmetics. It's just a little bit more ivory toned than the white concealer. And I'm just going to pounce that and press that onto the brows. I'm going to be using the Love Liner. This is from Japan. My sister got this for me when she went to Japan. And I'm going to draw a more of a vertical line rather than a horizontal line. So I'm going to go quite up with this. From the outer corner, draw like that. See, I would draw out, but this is more up. Kind of like an Octavia style. My sister, Octavia. The inner crease, you want to draw a curve into the crease that you want. Obviously this is a lot higher than your actual crease. This is the crease that you want to draw. And then you want to connect the inner crease to the outer wing. Like Batman. It's very Batman, fam. Very Batman. Just kind of drawing what would be my eyeliner a little bit as well. Perfect. Now that you've got your outlines, I have got this custom palette that I made the other day, and it's got my purples, oranges and reds, pinks, and then on this I have got my yellows, greens and blues, and then at the bottom I've got some glitters. The palettes that I depotted these from are the Be Perfect Interstellar and the Carnival Original palette. So all of these colours you can find on here, but you can use any sort of colourful eyeshadow palette that you've got. So first of all, I'm going to be using this dark Neptune blue shade, and that's going to be the deepest part of my crease. So right here where the liner meets the lid, I am just going to be applying that until just before the end of the eyeliner, and I'm just going to smudge that liner mark that we've done from before. And then I'm going to be using this sapphire color and then this other blue color, and we're just going to be blending those shades on top. using this light blue shade. That's going to be the very, very lightest and the very tippity top shade that you'll see. That'll be the best sort of blending colour for all of the blues that we're doing. And again, I'm just going to be going back and forth with the darkest tone to the lightest tone just to bring those colours back. Blending, smudging, back and forth. I'm going to be using quite a bit of NYX today. This is the NYX Ultimate Eye Paint, and this is in Sun Glaze. This is the yellow colour. And these are a bit more of a watery product. And I'm just going to be painting the lid with this. This is going to be the background colour. And these paints are great because they make any eyeshadow that you put on top just like super bright. Any blue that was mistakenly blended onto the lower half of the crease will now just be cleaned up. I'm going to be using this lemon yellow colour on the inner half and actually this lighter yellow on the outer corner. You can just use the one yellow if you want, to be fair, but I don't know, I'm really a bit extra and I could tell the difference. Look how sexy that yellow is. Flip the brush over, use a shader brush, like a flat packer brush, and use the paler yellow on the outer. Do you see the difference, like between the lighter and the darker yellow? I can tell. So once I've got that, I'm going to be using my Love Liner again and my NYX Epic Wear Waterproof Eye and Body Liquid Liner in black. And I'm just going to be lining the eyes. You see that? I just smudged my liner. I ruined it. Something that you'll learn about me is that I'm very, very clumsy. So that, yeah, sure, the final product looks great, but I'm very much like a problem solver. I'm a problem solver is what I am. Gorge, gorge, I feel gorge, I feel stunning. That's pretty gorge. I'm gonna use my Milk from Made by Mitchell Graph Ink. This is the white one, and I'm literally just drawing a line underneath the wing, like a thick white line, and it's just gonna make it super, super anime-y. Oh, gorgeous. That's gorgeous. For the underneath, I'm gonna draw a inner corner wing, extend that to the lower lash line, all the way to the end before it meets the white. And then for my waterline, I'm going to be using, again, NYX Epic Wear Liner Stick in whites. Is it pure white? It's got to be pure, hun. And I'm just going to line my waterline. Graph ink in Milk and draw right here in the inner corner. And then you're going to use your little smudger brush and use your dark blue, your medium blue, your pale blue, and use that to smudge underneath the lash line. Don't be afraid to go pretty low with this and just use all the space underneath, because this is a lot of space for underneath. You know what I'm saying? Utilize it. Got a lot of space, you guys. Then the lightest blue right underneath. Whew. Girls, that's pretty sexy. That's pretty sexy. That is pretty good. I can't lie. I'm going to be using my Pick and Glitz glitter pops from Barry M. I think these are discontinued, but sort of confetti glitter flakes would do great. I'm going to be using a blue one. I'm going to be using my duo. And then I'm going to draw right here on the outer corner. Blend it out a little bit. Almost to the top of the cheekbone. I'm going to dip my finger into the glitter part. You see that? right onto the inner crease of the eye. Just this little tiny crevice. Crevice, you guys. Crevice. What a terrible word. Terrible. Ew. Disgusting. And I'm just applying that again with my ring finger. With the eyelash glue, that gives precision on where you're going to apply that glitter. But as you can see, it's just fierce. So what I'm going to do is apply my eyelashes, and then we're going to go back and do the base. Girls, boys, theys, thems, I am obsessed with how this is looking, you guys. I'm really, really obsessed with the eyes. This is such a new eye shape for me. I'm going to be using the NARS Paradise Found Bronzer. I've used this so much. I've used this to the pan, and this is going to be my little warm toned bronzer color, and just warm up the face. Just give the face a lot of warmth. And I'm using my Refi double-ended brush. Connect the inner crease and draw in my nose contour. Right here at the tip as well, we're going to apply a little bit of that bronzer. That's pretty sexy to me. I'm going to use my Trigger World Powder Puff and use the 17 Ultimate Look Finishing Powder, and I'm going to just apply that on the under eye just to brighten that all up. The chin, the forehead, just so to bring all of those highlights back that we used with the white and the Pat McGrath concealer. Do you remember when I said that the base is quite natural and less coverage? We brought it back. We brought her back. We brought back the coverage. Oh. And then I'm going to go back in with my Patrick Tar She's Sculpted. I'm going to use a She's Sculpted again from Patrick Tar, and I'm going to deepen up those contours. For blush, I'm actually going to be using a $2.99 blush from Saffron. This is from a little shop where Bailey J. Mills took me to, near hers, and I'm literally just going to use, but this smells like a granny. I'm going to use the pink and the peachy shade. It's the first time I'm using it. She uses this, so I love Bailey, and I'm just going to apply that. On the chin, you want to apply quite a bit of blush too. And on the tip of the nose, I'm going to use this Kibest blush. This is a brighter pink. Focusing this onto the back of the cheeks to make it super, super bright. Usually I go ham anyway with the blush, but for this look, it works even better because the bright sort of anime dolly eyes just work so well with like a lot of blush. And then lastly for blush, I'm going to be using Baddies on the Block by Kylie Jenner. And I'm blending those shades all together. For my highlight, I'm going to be using my Bare Minerals Fierce Endless Glow Highlighter. The shade is actually called Fierce. This is the shade. And then just apply that. Oh, that's nice. That's nice, isn't it? That's quite nice. Yeah. Right here. Between the eyes on the nose bridge. And right here on the tip. Yeah. And then just a line here on the chin. Why? Because I like it. 17 brown liquid liner. I'm just going to draw in my beauty marks. For my lip liner, I'm going to be using Rust from Cash Beauty. for the lipstick, I'm going to be using MAC Pink Peppermint, which is a super pale pink color. That's gorge. And then for lip gloss, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath in Nude Negligee. This one is one of my favorite glosses ever. Oh my god. That is gorge. That is gorge. For the inner of the lip, I'm actually going to use Spring Break from Huda Beauty. These are from the matte lipstick range. I'm just applying that on the very center of the lip, just to make my lips look super dolly. I'm going to spray my face with the Wishery Setting Mist by The Beauty Crop. Lastly, make sure to put an earring on, you guys, and make sure you smell good. Pixie sent me this Pixie perfume trio. Let's try one out. I think, yes, they are eau de parfums. So there's 3 of them in here. Let's just do like a mystery one. This is Pixie Rose. I don't usually like rose, you guys, so let's see. Oh, it's like a little twisty woo. Let's give a little spray on the leather. I actually don't mind that. I actually like that. Make sure you smell good for the gig, so that when you go near the audience and talk to them and meet them, you smell lovely. As much as you look amazing, you also have to smell nice. So this is the final look, you guys. I have my hair that Perla wore on Canada's Drag Race. My sister Perla, thank you so much for this hair. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. This eye shape is so different for me, but I'm loving experimenting, trying on different types of makeup looks, trying different makeup products. And again, honestly, thank you guys so much for loving my previous makeup video. I haven't received that much love for like my YouTube videos in a really, really long time. So to come back here and receive the love that I used to get back in the day is super refreshing, and it's just really nice. And I'm just so happy that I get to be back here and be creative with you guys. That's it. If you want more videos like this, comment down below. I have been reading every single one. Let me know what you want to see. Do you want to see vlogs? Do you want to see favorites videos? Do you want me to see unboxings, hauls? Let me know the types of videos that you want to see, whether you want me to put makeup on other drag queens, other boys, other girls, other days, whatever. Let me know. And with all that said, I'll see you guys on my next video. Mwah.